Sam's particular claim is being tested today, which is why we are at Berkeley, the University of California. As a bastion of science, this is like a lion's den for creationists.
These guys are cute.
What are we doing? Can we just chill out?
These guys
are cute. That's what half the
on the inside.
You're too sexy for this bus. Too sexy for this bus. Too sexy, it hurts.
Can we focus on what we're doing in about 30 seconds? Which is a meeting, probably a professor from Berkeley University who's going to eat you alive due to the fact that you spent majority of the time thinking about how hot guys are.
Can I just say something? I stand assured that you have got this under control.
Sam would never believe that he and Billy the chimp are distant relatives. He's certain that human life began with Adam and a spare rib, Eve.
So what the biblical position is on all this is that there was a man and a woman at the very beginning, Adam and Eve, if you will, and there are common ancestors that, if we were in the Garden of Eden, we could have gone and shook hands with. We're all part of that same genealogy.
I always thought Adam and Eve weren't meant to be taken literally. So we're going to meet Professor of Evolutionary Biology Tim White for a shake of our family tree.
Wassalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum.
What are your ideas on human evolution?
Well, we have Adam and Eve initially. Okay, and then, so, pick me up if I'm wrong, but this is, because it would be a lot easier with the Bible in front of me, but we then have, so their children were Cain and Abel, is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just checking with everyone, just to make sure I'm not making any errors here. Okay, and from there, they then had children from there.
So Cain and Abel had a child?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, okay, well, right.
Cain and Abel were two dudes. They can't have a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
The point is, you're saying that DNA has changed that much in 6,500 years, that 6,500 years ago, it was genetically viable to have it off with your sister.
But the Bible is very clear then when it comes to the time of Moses, that it then forbids brothers and sisters to marry. And the Bible is very specific about the reason for that. It says they're now too close.
Is that true for Ollie?
Can I, Phil, I'm not trying to challenge you at all. I just would like to ask a question in as much as, obviously I believe the Bible as well, but you're saying that, in the beginning, God made mankind, so why are they getting close and then he just kind of stop it further on down the line? I don't get that.
As we're heading downhill genetically, it comes to a point in time where God says, look, your genetics are too close, you should no longer marry your brother or your sister.
There are some hair-raising ideas about DNA and incest being bandied about. Tim, however, is just interested in the evidence. He's dug up hundreds of human-like skulls from the same valley in Ethiopia. Carbon dating has put them at different ages. But can Sam put them in chronological order by sight alone?
So let's go. Let's take that one. That one is right from...
What is that?
That's from 1 million years old.
Oh, it's like this. No, so these are the eyes. Well,
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I suppose it would probably go over here because where the brow comes up is more similar to this one.
You got it. Careful now. They may not be the real fossils, but there's only one copy in the United States, so we don't want to break it.
I'm probably going to put this one here, I think.
Now, you got the order exactly correct, because what we find is that's the closest to the top. Oh, you got one out of order, the Kenyan one. So that's just,
is that right there?
That's good, that's good. And then we get back to 4.5 million years ago. Now remember, I talked about one valley in Africa, one stack of rocks. Now, according to the idea that humans haven't changed and that we should find humans all the way back, now we've got a problem in terms of the evidence, because we don't find any of those guys down in the early records, and we don't find any of these in the later records. So it looks like that model, where it should be all humans all the way back, fails.
It says a lot. I mean, I understand what your logic is. I understand how you got here. I haven't seen a case of natural selection making an organism change from one species to another species.
Neither have I, because we don't live long enough, bro.
One second. I think that's an
We don't live long enough. The neat thing we've got in this fossil record is nearly it's not conjecture, it's evidence and reason. We have almost 1 kilometer of rocks, over 1 kilometer, and we can actually ask the question, what do we see? We go back through time.
So in this valley,
and this is what we see.
You're on the wrong end.
I was waiting for somebody to do it. I thought it'd be blabbermouth, but you got in there first.
yeah.
Hearing all of this is, you know, is eye-opening, and it's just like taking it in. If everybody's coming up with the same conclusion, I don't want to be blinkered.
Then don't be blinkered.
Oh, it stresses my head.
Same.
I mean, what would change your mind, honestly?
Nothing. That sounds so narrow-minded.
No, it doesn't sound narrow-minded.
It does, 'cause I don't want to be the person that's like, okay, so I've just come on this trip for 10 days and nothing you show me is going to change my mind. That is like, whew. But then at the same time, I'm like, it can't. Like, it can't. Like, I can't even tell you. But it can't, because of the faith that I have, that if I start accepting all of this, then I've got to accept that everything else is a pile of crap. And I don't accept that.